Hello, this is Todd Luck with the College Follies Comic Creators blog. Happy New Year's. How's it going, guys? I thought I'd do a little short video, basically just kind of reflecting on making the comic in the last year and, what I'm looking forward to next year. This is a less informal video. The first one I've actually turned the camera on myself. I just recently got a little digital camera a few months ago, so I want to test out this format. Let me know what you guys think. Would you rather see this than more formal videos where I'm putting together all the artwork and doing a voiceover of the comic that I'm working on. I'm still going to do one of those for issue 2 probably pretty soon. I just recently got a microphone that I'd like to test out for the voiceover and try and see what I can make at home with the material, with the software I have at home, and maybe using some of YouTube's video creator stuff too, and just see what I can do as far as the slideshow goes. That's kind of time consuming, so I make no promises when that'll happen, though I'm planning on starting that pretty soon. My top priority is always putting out the comic, and so for the last year, well, not for the last year. I started the comic kind of late summer. Right after I went to a convention, I just had an idea of trying to do comics. It's been something I've wanted to do for a little while, and this year I just really wanted to see if it was possible. And after doing research, going to Charlotte Heroes Con, talking to some people, I decided that I didn't necessarily want to just quit my day job or invest thousands of dollars, hiring a creative team, or putting in a lot of money to publish something. But I decided I could still put something out with my resources, and so I've decided to put out a comic in my spare time. Which at first, when I first started this, I meant that as in most rational people's definition of spare time. Whenever you get a chance. It's really been more like all my spare time, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It would help a little bit if I had more of a 9-to-5 job. I think that's a really good thing to have if you're trying to do something outside of work. Mine is I'm a reporter and a graphic designer, and mine is more of it just varies. I'll work, double shifts on Monday and Tuesday, and and then it varies so much. I might be working nights, I might be working days, the rest of the week, just depending on what my assignments are. So it's a pretty crazy work schedule. It's more than 40 hours, and so, I have to kind of fit in the comic around that. And that's been a challenge. But, not an insurmountable one. It just takes a discipline. And I've definitely gotten in a routine. The first issue, because I was working from a comic I'd started, or actually finished. It was a black and white comic I'd done in 2000, back when I was in college. And all I had to do was touch up the inks, color it, and letter it, which was still a lot of work, but I was still able to do a page a week on that one. And I got that one done. It's in the can. It's um, I'm really glad to see it in color, and it's going to be released digitally, and I'm just waiting on Comixology to give me a response on if they're going to pick it up. And Comixology is the biggest digital comics distributor. They're a huge comic website, and so hopefully they will. If not, I've got other sites they'll go on, and regardless, it's going to be available on multiple sites. You'll have options, and it may go into print too. I'm looking at print on demand, but that's going to take a little bit of time to make sure that it's going to print okay, because these colors were made for digital, and some of them will be okay. Some of them might take some adjustments. I just want to make sure it's okay before I send it to someplace to print. But that'll inevitably happen. Maybe not immediately, but probably before the summer, I would think. And then I'm working on the second issue right now, and that's taking a little longer. And it's also a little different because I'm actually using completely new resources I didn't have. This was done at the office, and this is done at home. I got a Wacom tablet. It came with Photoshop Elements 10, and I've been using both of those, getting used to them, particularly the Wacom tablet. Never used anything like that before. Very different experience. I am still getting used to it, and this issue in particular required drawing, because I actually did not complete this one. This was meant as a backup story for the first story, and I got 4.5 pages into it, and then I stopped drawing it, and so I had to finish that up. I had to do the cover and ink side cover, back cover, and that's how I kind of got back into the drawing. That's kind of how I warmed up. I just started doing the comic, and that's how I got used to the Wacom, and so it's a learning curve while you're doing it. But I think it turned out pretty well. My first pencils on a comic in 13 years turned out all right. The Wacom, it's taken a while to ink it. This is the first time I've ever digitally inked anything. And basically I'm scanning in my pencils and inking over them with a separate layer. And I'm really happy with the results. I mean, I'm not a good inker, but it still looks good for my inks, and very happy with those results. And the colors still look great. Still haven't quite figured out how to letter at home effectively. I tried it on Photoshop for page 1 of this one. Probably not the best idea. I may still try to use Illustrator at work. I got a new printer, and it has a scanner on it, so hopefully I'm going to be able to start scanning the stuff at home, and that'll be cool. And the printer's going to help me, figure out how it looks for print too, when that time comes. But so this is a 5-page story that should be done probably early next year. I wouldn't think it's going to last past January. And then I'll be beginning the 3rd issue. And I've already got issues 3 and 4 planned. There'll be completely new material. The first time I've done new material on a comic since 2000. And, I haven't actually written the scripts yet, but in my head they are pretty damn cool. So hopefully those stories are going to be good. And I've picked some material that shouldn't be too much for someone trying to kind of get back into it, but they'll still have their challenges. They'll still be pretty interesting to look at. And this whole challenge has been challenging. Yeah, that's the thing, is that this process, what keeps people from doing things outside of work or outside of their family obligations, I think, is you come home and you're so burnt out from everything else in your life, or you're mad, or you're having a bad day, or you don't feel good, you're tired, and you're just like, oh, I can't do it. I don't feel in the mood. I don't feel like doing it. And the trick of this, you just got to ignore all that. You just got to do it. It doesn't matter how you feel. You got to do it. You got to just put all that stuff into the back of your head, put it on hold, and just sit down and work on the comic every chance you get. And you can have a mental breakdown, but just do it after you've inked the page or colored the page or whatever you need to do. So it's taken a lot of discipline. And I don't know how long I'll keep up the exact pace I'm on. When I have to pencil, that may actually add some time onto it. But hopefully I'll also get quicker as well, as I get used to things. But yeah, issues 3 and 4, are probably the ones I'll be producing next year. And of course, everything should be released in some form digitally next year at the very least. And so 2013 has been a long year. It's been a lot of hard work, but it's definitely been fulfilling. And I'm really looking forward to 2014. I'm looking forward to starting brand new comics. I'm looking forward to getting the series published, getting it out into your hands, and just looking forward to the future, guys. So thanks for watching, and see you in the funny pages.